The fans of the podcast Appeal voted on their favorite player for the year, and we want to offer you this award.
Thank you so much.
The Appeal Dynamo.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Well, first of all, thank God we are not getting paid to do this, because we'd probably be fired by now for like how many shows we had to push back.
Yeah. So let's explain how this whole week went. So I don't remember if I talked about it too much. Well, I think I did. I started a new position within Costco, so we're opening a depot up in Fulshire. That's been a shit show because the city of Brookshire. So the city of Brookshire and Katy have not been too nice on getting the building inspected and giving us occupancy and all that good shit. So why is all I see is Josh on the big screen? Oh, that's funny.
Because nobody cares about you.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So gotcha. So I had that all pushed back. My schedule sucked. I didn't know when I was going to be able to get off work on Wednesday or on Monday, that day. And then we pushed it back to Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and then couldn't make that because they were giving us overtime and they pushed our schedules back. And then today, hence our beautiful surroundings. Josh is at his place. I'm at mine. Driving to work. It's going to be about 15 minutes early. My car starts pulling out left. Find out I have a flat tire. I'm like, hey, guys, I'm not driving out to Jersey Village today or Cypress. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So
that looks good.
Yeah. But
well, that's so essentially at the end of the day, you can just blame Justin. Okay.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, whatever. I'll take the blame. I'll take the L for these 2 weeks.
You can take the L for the next 2 weeks as well with your team probably loses.
I don't want to talk. Hey, whoa. So explain to me, though. I mean, people that have watched the show for a while know that I'm a Union fan. I always have been. It's where I'm from. I'm going to rep them always. But how do the Union keep getting fucked when they play their first playoff games? We get beat up by NYCFC last year back to back. We have to play on a baseball field, which is that's something else entirely. And then this year we got to play our rival, what they claim is a rival. It's unofficial, but I don't care what it is. It's a rival of the Red Bulls. Luckily, we get to host them, though. So I think it's going to be a crazy crowd up there this weekend.
I would expect nothing less. I mean, hopefully, you guys pull in some people, but I mean, at the end of the day,
apparently they're saying,
who cares, Justin?
Well, on Twitter and stuff like that, apparently they said there's only a few seats left for that game.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is like y'all's best season in franchise history. I would hope that.
Correct.
I would absolutely hope that there's hardly any seating left. I mean, it's got to feel good, to have that, and
so it does. But I'm also I don't know. It's weird because although I feel like we had a great season, we did. I feel like, especially after going back and watching the NYCFC game, the issues that we had last year reared its ugly head at the end of this season. So it's
not the way you want to go into the playoffs.
No.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got that home field advantage right now, take advantage of it and build some confidence that way. That's really the only thing they can do.
But I digress. So this is the Houston Dynamo podcast.
Yeah, right. They had 2 week break. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're sorry. Talking about playoff soccer already.
Playoffs.
I don't even know what the hell playoffs are. What the hell is that?
So can we just? I am gonna let our producer know that our scroll is a little jumbled, on the bottom. So
we're that's actually not. It's not. It's just scrolls and stuff.
And I. Oh, and it's funny because I deleted stuff out of it. Anyway, so yeah, so
another thing we can blame you for?
Hey, I got to get all the info out there though. So let's talk about that game that we had last weekend, 2 weekends ago, and DMB is going away. The Zlatan goal, everything about that, and where was this Dynamo team all year?
I mean, I kind of said the same thing last year when they did the same thing in LA. It's just kind of like the pressure's off. Jorge thought he had one too many today. Apparently not. I mean, the pressure is not on them. I guess they're just mainly fighting for a spot for the roster next year, which honestly, I mean, not to get too into it, but yeah, there's still a couple of players that I want to talk about for next year. But a lot of these guys are trying to, set themselves for next year. I don't think a lot of that can be done in one game, though.
No.
That should have happened half a season ago. Now, granted, too, LA probably came into that game not really taking us seriously.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that had to do with that DMB's going away game. I mean, it's just
he looked hella good that game too.
I mean, the whole team looked pretty good, man. I was pretty impressed. Going down early to Zlatan, which that goal is up for goal of the week. I don't want anybody to vote for that either. But wait, I think that already ended though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Can I be completely honest though? There was nothing Joe Willis could have done.
Oh no, absolutely not. It was a very pretty goal.
And what's funny is that after that goal, I think Joe Willis and Davey must have gotten their ass and changed the total mindset of that defense. Because during the press conference, he said that when he at that water break in the 30th minute, he said, we made a change right then and there. Yeah. And from that point on, that they shut down Zlatan. Zlatan didn't have really anything else going for him the rest of that match.
That's the one thing I will say Davey Arnaud does have over Wilmer is that he adjusts the change very well with the squad. Do I want to see him as a head coach? Probably not still, but he does adjust to it very well. Now, if we got that team every single game consistently for the most part, and
they'd be in the playoffs.
They'd be in the playoffs. Yeah, that was the Dynamo I saw at the beginning of the year too. It was a dominant team. Because, I remember I told you, earlier in the year, I was like, man, this is the first year I actually, since 2012 and maybe even 2013 that I felt like the more superior team than FC Dallas, But,
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, no. I'm just saying, that just kind of as a reference, but obviously that didn't really go our way either. Yeah, it was Derek. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, my apologies.
Yeah. I mean, while we're at it, we can just go ahead and pull up the lineup here.
While you're doing that, thank you guys for the ones that are tuning in. Sly Rooster, Jorge, CM Punk, all you guys, I appreciate it.
CM Punk, that guy, CM Punk.
Hey,
sorry, y'all. That is actually me in the chat there, CM Punk. I actually just need to go read.
Oh.
I need to go make up a new account. I was a big wrestling fan back in the day, as you see. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, it's Alex. Welcome. It's funny because all your other stuff all says adios.
I know, but I think when I made my YouTube account, I was just like, man, I'm just really into CM Punk, bro. I'm just best in the world, straight edge. Straight edge as I'm drinking a beer right now.
Yeah.
Anywho, but no, I mean, yeah, let's talk about the lineup, man. Obviously we had our beautiful players up top there. Mauro Minota. I like your dog there, by the way.
He's making a guest appearance again.
The Peel's mascot, the official mascot of the Peel. So he essentially rolled with his 4-4-2 and Mauro, Christian Ramirez up top, and then Albert Elise, Mateus Vera, Boniek, Tomas Martinez, Lundqvist, Kiki, Figueroa, DMB obviously in the back. And then in net, thank you for pointing it out, Jorge, Tyler Derrick. He looked good for the most part.
did.
I mean,
He did.
it's hard to go against Joe Willis and Tyler Derrick. I mean, yeah, Joe's had a couple howlers, but man, it's just, I mean, that's just been the story of their season though this year. It's just crap. But I mean, those are two still, in my opinion, great goalkeepers. And I mean, I've seen both of them come up clutch for us in past games, and I mean, who stays, who goes? Do you trade one of them? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm going to make a mental note that would be our topic for the next show, which we'll probably do in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is we'll just break down position by position, maybe split it between 2 shows, on who stays, who goes.
And then really and truly, maybe we can hear from you guys. Mateus Vera definitely team MVP there. That's what Jorge says, Vera for MVP. He's definitely been a good asset to the team as far as the defensive midfield goes. Still though, I mean, it's hard to take an MVP, I guess, away from a striker for the most part, because everybody voted for Morrow in that. I'm still butthurt that Kevin Garcia didn't win it, but whatever.
Jesus.
I'll never get over that, by the way.
Speaking of Kevin Garcia, did you see his shade tweet about Zlatan after that goal?
No.
Or after the game?
No, I didn't.
He said Kevin Garcia won, Zlatan or the Lion nothing. He said something like, "It's not every day that you get to go toe to toe with the Lion and win."
See, I'm telling you, he's a legend. A lot of people they end up saying, David Beckham, Pele, Kevin Garcia, Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. Sorry, I'm done trolling now. Justin, we lost you. Yeah, guys. So definitely give us a like.
Forgot I
and
have a
share.
mute button.
Don't mute yourself. If you want to mute yourself, that's fine too. But obviously,
Thank you, Jorge.
yes. But yeah, no, I mean, just breaking down the match, Zlatan opening up the goal.
That
in the
was
9th
pretty.
minute. It was a pretty goal, man. Just off the volley. It's just, jeez, nothing you can do about it. And then of course, Superman comes back in the 47th minute and ties it up for us. 45th plus stoppage time, first half just ended it, and so into that first half for us tying it up. That was clutch, man. Superman, he's been solid, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him next year. I'm sorry, to see more of him. I would say I would like to see him with Morrow some more, but I've already been hearing some other stuff going around about him like being officially gone to Cruise, but I'm not gonna say it's official yet because I guess hasn't been announced. But
yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be. I mean, they would get money out of it, wouldn't they? Because is he still under contract or no? He'd get a transfer.
He's still under. Yeah, he just signed a contract with them this year. So my take on that is just like I would love for him to stay if he wants to stay, but if he wants to go and they can get a decent amount of money for him and he has a opportunity to grow himself, then yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be upset if he leaves. But
so I was trying to, I skimmed back through the game, and I was really, other than giving up that first goal to Zlatan, I couldn't really pinpoint anything bad that the Dynamo did. I mean, they shut down.
Well, they did give up another goal.
Yeah.
Before we went nuts on them.
But Albert Elise showed up and had a pretty decent game. Christian Ramirez with his 2 goals, and then Memo doing Memo things, finding a way to score.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, continuing to break it down, so second half started, 54th minute, Pavone,
Mm-hmm.
Christian Pavone scores to put LA back on top 2-1, but then about 8 minutes later, then the Panther was released, got himself in the mix on that there, which, man, he was doing some work, dude. The nutmeg that the Dynamo keep posting. It's just like ridiculous. Trekker Tuesday. I'm like, oh man. Yeah, the Panther definitely showed out finally. Of course, they chose the best game of the year to start doing this, but I'm not mad as long as I know Albert Elise has come out saying that he wants to finish his contract with the Dynamo.
Which props to him.
Yeah,
I mean,
man, that's
very
awesome.
often. Not very often you see players that are, coming out there and saying, "I want to honor my contract." Anymore, they scream that they want to get transferred and moved on.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, just about a year ago, we were or at the beginning of the season, we were worried about losing him because he's wanting to go play in Europe, which is understandable. But you're under contract and stuff.
Yep. Unlike Kyoto.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't talk about him. But no, man. I mean, for Albert Elise to come out and say that, is pretty legit, and I like that because he's kind of like, I mean, this team is H-Town, it's Houston, and to me, that's one of the most H-Town players I've seen for the Dynamo. I know he's Honduran, obviously, but
but he represents the city.
He reps it, man. He doesn't. Obviously, he's not. I don't want to compare two different sports, but he's not James Harden, but he's, as far as H-Town goes, yeah, I look at him like that. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, obviously we tied it up, and then Christian Ramirez with the game winner in the 83rd minute, putting us up 3-2.
Yep.
Ramirez, dude, I want more. I can't wait. I mean, I'm excited. I want to see some more stuff. I want to see some more stuff going on.
Jorge says he shall not be named #Kyoto out.
Yeah, he gone. And then the 94th minute, Memo Rodriguez doing Memo things.
No, we did not see the tweet that Kyoto actually deleted. If somebody has a screenshot of that or has anything, just post it in the chat because now I'm curious. I hear typing fingers. Our producer is typing.
Swishy says he agrees. We all love Morrow, but getting that green might be more useful for the club.
I agree. If we're not going to get investment money into it, then get.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, kind of 50-50 on it. Look, if he wants to stay, then I would love for him to stay because I mean, obviously he's talented, and he's young, and he's still got a contract here too. But if the right club comes around and gives them the right, offering, then yeah, by all means, let him go.
Yeah.
It's a tough pill to swallow because it's like I said, man. I don't want to lose him just because of the talent that he has and the fact that he's been with us for a while now and started from the bottom with us, and he's just on another level, But and he's setting records for the club too, his goal scoring records. Yeah, no, I mean it and it also depends on how that money is going to be reinvested into the squad, or if it's even going to be if it's going to be reinvested into the squad, if it would go to the academy, I don't know. I mean, our ownership and our front office got some work to do this offseason, man. And I mean, this is the first time as a Dynamo fan that I haven't been truly heartbroken about missing playoffs because I'm just used to it by now, which is sad. But it's just I'm over it. I'm just over it. I'm over feeling. And now, am I still going to support the team? Hell yeah. Am I still going to go to the games? Yeah, I am. But I mean, as far as buying season tickets and being at every single game, nah, I'm not going to do that.
So I'm gonna read this really quick. Thank God for Google Translate when you open a website. It has been 3 years. Now, granted, this isn't going to be perfect because Google's not perfect. It has been 3 years that I've defended the shirt of the Houston Dynamo. During this time, we live very nice moments and some not so good. I want to thank the organization for giving me an opportunity to defend their shield, my teammates, the coaching staff for helping me grow as a footballer and a person. to the fans for making me feel at home. Unfortunately, things did not end as we wanted, but I hope that in the next season the team will reach each of its objectives. From somewhere, I will be wishing the best to my family. He wrote, or Kyoto wrote. Kyoto, if everybody forgot, he was expelled for an aggression against a rival, NYCFC, and since has been erased from the team. He trained separately. He could not live with the squad or enter the stadium or be a part of franchise activities since the game against NYCFC August 8th. So.
I don't care about that guy. I'm sorry. I'm cold. I'm cold.
No,
man.
no. As a fan, you have every right to be.
I mean, look, I'm not ever really disgraced by a player, especially a player of his talent. Because let's be real, the guy is talented on the field, but I'm not ever disgraced by a player wearing orange, except for him.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that.
Other
way.
than Jeff Cameron talking shit about the organization, have the Dynamo ever had a player as outspoken as him that was disrespectful to the team?
Not that I can recall. No, not really. Not like that. Let's not like put that on Jeff Cameron either, though. I mean, he did good things with us, and he loved the original squad, the original organization. But the way it was turning, they kind of foresaw this future, and that's kind of where we're at. You know. Anywho.
Josh, I'm gonna pause you real quick. So everybody following or in the chat, make sure you give this video a like, share it, retweet it, everything. When you click that like button, it helps us out, and share it as well. Get all your friends to subscribe. We're trying to get our subscribers back up to where they once were. Same thing with our Facebook. Follow us on Facebook at you just go to Facebook / the Peel05. You can go to Twitter, and we're at the Peel05 as well on Twitter. If you got questions you want to send us for the show, it's the Peel05 at gmail.com. And apparently I'm going to be replaced by my dog if we get one more like. So there's that, which I think is going to be kind of hard because he's passed out on my lap right now.
Wait, what? So. If we get another like, you're being replaced by your dog?
Yeah. Yeah,
dude,
remember
here, I haven't liked the video yet. There, done.
God, you guys suck. Anyway, so let's close out talking about the match and talk about the more meaningful part of the match, which I do got to say, props to the Dynamo fans, props to everybody that shared ticket links, the Dynamo, everything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. On record, statistically, there was 21, almost 22,000 people that showed up for that match to wish DMB a farewell.
Awesome. 89th minute sub, man.
Props. Yep. And he almost had 2 goals.
Yeah, he was feeling it, man. Yeah, DMB was feeling it, as he should. I'm sorry. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the timeline of the game, and his picture is so funny. Like on MLSsoccer.com. Yeah. His picture, like, just his profile picture is hilarious. Anyway, yeah, no, I mean, it was a good sending off. You know, the second half, I actually went up to the president's suite and sat up there just to watch. I go into I got a compass card, so I go in through there, and sometimes we'll watch the second half up top. But typically Matt Jordan's up there, and man, he was in tears when DMB was getting subbed off. No joke. It was very emotional. You could see it. I could sense it. Just around the stadium, you know. Obviously, you know, the crowd went up, and it was definitely the best feeling that I've had all season with this team. It was also bittersweet because it was pretty heartbreaking. Because he's been here for the past was it 5 years? Yeah, 5 years now. 2014. Yeah, it's 2014, man. So
Edson says he'll be in tears when Chuy Enrique leaves. Or Enriquez, excuse me. Enriquez.
I don't I wouldn't compare those two at all, but yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So Swishy says he loves Kyoto and he'd like to see him come back and redeem himself, but not sure the temperament is there. Nah, man. I mean, he went on. I mean, what was it? He went on social media and just kind of talk smack to our supporters group,
He burned a lot of bridges. I mean, he was talking shit about the fans, the supporters group, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Welcome, Sergio. Thanks for tuning in.
He really does he cares about himself more than the team. It's sad too. Yeah, it's sad because I mean, like I said, he's a talented player.
I see what Edson did there. All he cares about is the team, and then he retracted his statement like Kyoto has done on Twitter and Instagram.
That's good. You start getting applause for that. Yeah, no, man. I mean, he's not the greatest player off the pitch. I mean, he's in locker rooms on his cell phone all the time, texting. Was it when he's with the Honduran national team?
Yeah.
Somebody came out how the coach was mad because he was on his phone during like halftime, and it's like, man, that's your national team. Why aren't you like focused on it? And I believe every minute of it. Yeah, I see. I mean, completely understand that. Nobody likes him. So I mean, when it comes down to, yeah, you can be a great player on the pitch, but when you act that way off the pitch, it's not good for the locker room. It's not good for the fan base.
No. And we're not dumb. I mean, soccer may not be the biggest sport in this country, but the ones that care, you have a following here, and you're going to burn that bridge. And that's exactly what he did. Does he think this would fare well in South America, Mexico, Europe? I mean, he'll never make it there. If he can't take criticism, or he can't take how tough the league can be sometimes mentally, then you're not cut out to play this sport. It doesn't matter where you're at. It is not a sport for the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say feeble-minded, but he almost fits that phrase. I mean,
no, Swishy, we don't want to like discredit you or anything, I mean, don't feel that way, because there's a lot of stuff that's just been behind the scenes. We just hear about a lot of it.
I mean, what was it last year? Didn't he miss a flight or two last year?
Yeah.
With Kubo?
Yeah. No, that was
Kubo
Kubo.
Did. Yeah,
that was Kubo. But like, also.
Oh, that's right. He had the stomach bug.
Can I say this too? Yeah. He had and then 2017, man, we're in the conference finals. I mean, if you care about your team, man, I don't care what you're sick with. You got Michael Jordan out there who's playing with the flu in these games and stuff, but then Kyoto can't make the flight for the conference finals for the final four teams. I mean, I'm sorry. It's to me that's frustrating. There was no actual explanation. It was just he was sick. Okay, well, what is he sick with? And if it's that bad, But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know enough about him. Yeah.
I'm trying to think where we want to go. I guess we'll just talk about the season as a whole. Your ups, your downs, your positives, your negatives.
Swishy, it is a-okay to be a Beasley fanboy. I think everybody in this chat room and who watches us is all Beasley fanboys.
Yeah. Look, if anybody hates Beasley, you can get off the chat.
No. Look, okay, before we start talking about the season as a whole, let's talk about his farewell a little bit more just besides that.
Yeah. Yep.
I know he stayed and gave a speech afterwards, and it was pretty heartwarming. Again, same thing. It was heartbreaking at the same time because it's like, dang, man, this is a legend, dude. U.S. soccer legend. There you go, legend DMB. And so, the man's been in 4 World Cups, and that's an achievement in itself. You don't have that from any player, really, man. And he's 37. Yeah, he's 37, and he doesn't look it when he's out there playing. You don't look it.
No, and that's what pissed me off even more in that game.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like he could still play another 2 more years, but the guy needs to hang it up. Like
no, I honestly look. Sergio says 1 more year. I honestly say I saved one more year too, but for the fact of that's also how defeated, you know,
Yeah.
it shows how defeated they are as well. I mean, what does that say about the franchise? I can go longer. I've had interest from the new Miami team,
Mm-hmm.
but like, what's the point now? You know, so if like the Dynamo were like on the phase, like if they were like in the conference finals for the past like 3 years now, I guarantee he'd probably go another year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I
mean,
could see that.
Like if that was consistent, yes, why not? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he hung it up because the office needs more help. That's just defeating as a fan and as a player to hear that.
I don't know if I brought this up the last show, but when they were doing the interview, and I had uploaded the not press conference, but the video he had in training prior to the LA game, and he said, you know, he's like, one, he's not leaving the city. Houston's his home. His kids live here. His family's here. And I have a feeling he's going to be a part of this organization. I think he's going to be maybe some kind of coaching staff, something to do with the academy level. Like, I don't see him leaving.
I would love him on either the academy or a fitness trainer for them.
Yeah. If
Absolutely.
you're 37, 38 years old and you're still running around these little kids looking like that.
Turn that squad and turn that training into boot camp, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
Why not?
You know,
empty stomach runs.
I could totally see that liaison between the players and the front office. I could totally see that.
Yeah. No, I mean, it'd be nice to have him on our technical staff, you know. Will it be ours, though? I don't know.
I don't see him leaving here.
Well, he did say he would stay here. Yeah, that's right.
The only other place I could see him going is Fort Wayne when they start their, I think, USL team. I could see him going there, but I don't see him leaving Houston, to be honest with you. He actually said he might start back up his fashion line as well. So
that's awesome, man. No, man, if him and like the Beard did some like fashion line stuff together, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. So let's talk about the season that was. Actually, I do want to, since we're talking about players retiring real quick. Yeah, Alex, he did say he stated multiple times he doesn't want to coach, but if the money's right, I could see him doing it.
Well, he's not going to be on a coach, but I mean, there's other things besides being a coach.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you can still be on the technical staff.
Yeah, you can be on the technical staff and not be a coach. So, I mean, you can help the team by not coaching them. So,
team ambassador when they go talk to other players. You can fly around the world with Matt Jordan.
He specifically said office. So you're saying
head chef at BBVA?
Okay, now that would be legit. Actually,
for the
Swishy.
win.
Yes,
good job.
Right. Swishy, you are the Peel's #1 fan now. Congratulations.
I think Alex and Jorge might have something to say about that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, sorry guys, sorry.
I do want to give a shout out though. I mean, outside of DMB, you realize how many other good
Edson,
players have retired?
Don't give me that troll face.
Chad Marshall's retired.
Yeah.
Bashis Schweinsteiger retired. Nick Raimondo retired. Tim Howard retired. And I know I'm missing a few more.
I like.
Yes,
you just,
Parkhurst.
Yeah, Michael Parkhurst. I like how you just skipped over Tim Howard. Like, you know, Secretary of Defense, bro.
Yeah.
That Belgium game is going down in history, man. Goodness. And if we had Wando, sorry.
Wando apparently isn't retiring either.
Well, no, he's not retiring.
He should, please.
I think
I don't want the option of him being called up to the U.S. squad because he's still playing.
That's not happening. That's not happening. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want to go anymore. You know, Google the jewelry line here already has one. I just can't post it here in the link. Food upgrades. Oh, okay. Y'all are losing me in the chat. What? Google DeMarcus Beasley's jewelry line. Oh, dang. He's bling bling, bro.
I got you.
You Google this?
Let's talk about the season, Josh.
All right.
So, let's talk about the first half of the season.
Oh man, first half had me like, oh, let's go. We got this. Best start in franchise history. Let's do this. What was it? Going on streaks that we haven't gone on in a long time, unbeaten streaks. Granted, the first half of the season was pretty much all at home, which could have played a big part in a lot of that too. But I mean, whatever. What was it? We started off the first 5 games unbeaten. So that was a nice feel. And then our first road game was a win, a beatdown in Colorado. Granted, it was Colorado at the time, which they ended up
Before they got decent.
Yeah, before they got decent and finished above us. Oh man, I mean, like it was nice. It was a nice start, and you could feel a little energy. I didn't feel all of it though, but you can't really hate so much when you have the best start in franchise history like that. And then the Gold Cup happened, which I'm tired of hearing that's an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's really not. I mean, that's what happens when you have pretty much the entire Honduran national team on your main starting squad, and you have no backups for it. It's kind of what happens when you have a coach who refuses to have a consistent lineup, who refuses to have the proper changes and substitutions, and I mean, just didn't build the right mentality, in my opinion. By the way, he's now a former U.S. Open Cup champion and a Canadian champion, all within a year's time span, which is ridiculous. I mean, and also, I mean, I saw a lot of issues there. It just seems like there was the same players getting minutes that shouldn't be getting minutes. Not to name a few names, but I didn't like his strategy after a while. He wasn't answered. Now, but granted, he wasn't the entire problem though. He wasn't he wasn't the entire problem.
No, it seems like, especially Elise, Kyoto, Manotas, it almost seemed like they just didn't want to play for him. Like he almost lost the locker room. I mean, why fix something that's not broken?
See, yeah, when we continuously had, I know I was praising him earlier, and that was all me obviously joking, but no, Kevin Garcia is not. Okay, in my opinion, he's not an MLS caliber player. He's not a terrible player when it's played.
Can you repeat that one more time, please?
He's not an MLS caliber player. I just voted for him just because I wanted to troll Justin, just because that's what I just do on a daily basis. By the way we talk to each other, like, this is very subtle, the way we talk to each other off air.
Oh God, if you guys saw the chats that we have, our text messages, you would question why we're friends.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, no, man. I mean, Kevin Garcia, no, he's not an MLS caliber player. Now, when he was shifted to a center back position, he was better than the wing back positions, in my opinion, but he was still not. It was a wild card. Every time he went in as substitute, it's just like, well, crap, we're just going to possibly give up the game now just because he's a wild card on us, man. I look, and it's not just. It wasn't just Wilmer Cabrera, man. It was, I mean, Matt Jordan still. I mean, he hasn't proven himself to me yet. I mean, it's like we said, we went to this meeting for the Dynamo Fans for Change, and yeah, I'm hearing about all these like new marketing and stuff, and new things for season tickets, and awesome, cool. I want a better team though. Like I want a better team. I want to know that I have stability in the youth academy, which should have happened long ago, but that's not on Matt Jordan, as far as back then. But we talked about Super Draft earlier this year, and talked about players that were given up. We had picks earlier than other teams that had picked up these other guys. what's his name? Why am I drawing a blank from Seattle? Christian Roldan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to play more Eric McHugh. I mean, by the way, we haven't had a homegrown in a long time in the homegrown game. Like,
Sly says that we need to address the Tommy McNamara.
Yeah, Tommy Mac. That's another player that I'm not too invested in.
Swishy, Matt Jordan has not proven himself. Please graffiti this on I-45.
We can actually we'll put it right underneath
To be someone.
Yeah, be someone. We'll put it right under there. Just not Matt Jordan.
Somebody needs to turn that into a Peel shirt.
Oh, damn. We're never gonna have any love from Zach anymore after this episode, are we?
Well, no, but like I had said before, we hold the team accountable. That's
and the team's including the front office. Okay. Yeah. I mean, what was the player that he named from Atlanta that was in that super draft? Greg. Come on, you can help me with this one. Damn, this is what happens when our season is shit.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I start just focusing on the negative things for the Dynamo. Yes, Greg Garza. There you go.
But when they threw these names out there, these are guys that have been around the league for a little while too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they've been around the league for a little while, but they're from Super Draft. They were from the Super Draft.
Yeah. I'm thinking. So
Jackson Uliel. And
yes.
I told you in 2017 when that draft was happening, man, I want Jackson Uliel. We gave up drafts. We gave up draft picks. We could have had him. That guy's on the U.S. squad. Man, just say that ball the other day that he played over to Pulisic. Oh, man.
I can't wait.
I don't care if it was against Cuba.
I can't wait to talk about that here in a little bit because that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Have some fun.
But I'm looking right here, and the one nice thing about Transfer Market is they color coordinate everything, so it's easy to pick out the good from the bad. And there's a stretch of 7 games. Abobasi.
The Portland Timber player, Abobasi. He's another one. Yeah. Not just that. Yeah, not just those guys I named. He was another one though.
So week 16 is when it looks like shit hit the fan. Portland 4-0 loss. Quakes 2-0 loss. Revolution 2-1 loss. That's before they got decent. Red Bulls 4-0 win. That's the outlier. Cincinnati 3-2 loss. That shouldn't have been a loss on the road. I don't care who you are. LAFC you can kind of get a pass for, but maybe not 3-1. 5-0 against Atlanta.
Wait, with that LAFC, especially when Kyoto puts you in the lead early in the game, like in the 3rd minute or something like that, and then you give up 3 goals and you just shit the bed.
But then you also have home games where you've left.
That was a home game. That was a home game, by the way.
Yeah. But then you have these home games here where you left points on the board. It'd be different if you got blown out. 1-0 loss to Seattle. 1-0 loss to Chicago. 3-2 loss in NYCFC. 2-1 loss in Philly. 5-1 loss in Dallas.
How many of those 1-goal games were last-minute goals for the other team? That's what I mean. You don't have to look at it. You don't have to literally look it up. I'm just saying there was a lot of those games were last-minute goals, and it was just the pressure just falling on the team. Improper subs, improper tactical backlines. I mean, look.
I know who we need to bring on to the Peel as our stats guy behind the scenes, and that's Nick from Dynamo Fans for Change. I saw a spreadsheet he put out before that has a ton of ridiculous stats on it, and I'm pretty sure one of those would be goals given up in the last, 20 minutes of a game, last 10 minutes of a game. But these are systemic issues that have been a problem with the Dynamo for the last, 3 years now?
Yeah.
Late minute goals. Actually, even longer than that. Even when they made the playoffs, in 2017, they lost a few games in the last minute.
Swishy, it really does feel like all of those games were last-minute goal give-ups. Like, I mean, I guess that's the way you can describe it. Last-minute goals for opposing team. I don't know.
We're the Cincinnati FC of the road. That's really what the Dynamo are. As much as I don't want to admit that.
I mean, we can't really say against anything against Cincinnati. Yeah, they finished bottom of the table, but they also beat our asses.
Yeah.
But
can we also, as a total side note, because it was decision day, and decision day was nuts. I mean, there was 3 positions up for grabs, and I think it changed hands at least 5 times in one day.
Sounds like a decision day. Yeah, it's crazy.
But can I just say, screw Frisco and screw SKC for not even getting off the pitch or getting on the pitch? That was bad.
If you're gonna say screw both, 2 teams, it's definitely gonna be both those teams. We're getting inside information from our producer, by the way. We're not just stop talking, but
Swishy says, "Oh God, excellent analogy since he is crap."
We put a lot of thought into that one, actually.
But
it's like, how are we going to really describe FC Cincinnati?
This isn't the MLS 2 years ago where you can have a subpar road record and walk into the playoffs and think you're going to accomplish something. Road matches matter now. You have to get the road results with the way the seeding's done.
Yeah, this is the first year, so
yep.
That you have to have a decent road record. Yeah, I mean, a lot of those points given up, man, really frustrating. And the bad part about it is that we would have made the playoffs if we would have won out.
If we would have converted, let's say 3 to 4 more road games, we'd be in the playoffs.
Well, no, not even that. If the last few games where we were just hanging on by a thread before LAFC finished us off, we would have made playoffs by winning out. Everything else that happened. Like, everything else that needed to happen, happened.
So, not to add more fuel to the fire, but the Dynamo only had 2 road wins all year. Cincy had 3. Okay? Now, granted, they were both eliminated.
Are we really comparing ourselves to Cincinnati now? That's fine.
I mean, is there really much else to compare them to?
No.
You have, obviously, let's just look at the top 4 teams. The only team with a winning record on the road, only 2 teams, NYCFC, 7 wins, 5 draws, 5 losses. And LAFC, 8 wins, 3 losses, 6 draws. Below that, Seattle has 5 wins, Real Salt Lake has 4, Minnesota has 5. But at least they're getting some kind of road results. Now, obviously you don't want 10 losses like the LA Galaxy in Minnesota. But if you look at it, 2 wins to 5. If they would have won another 3 more games, they could have been in the playoffs. 3 more road games and they could have possibly been in the playoffs. I mean, but this is the issue they've had now for how many years? It's something that has to be corrected. It's almost like it's an organizational problem. It's the same story year in and year out.
Swishy, I feel sorry for where you live. But yes, jobs do matter though. And as he's opening a bottle of whiskey now. Damn. Got a definite case of the Mondays there. A few more homegrowns and 1 big name, and we can go the different distance. But what is a big name, though? Like,
and see, that's such
people say a big name, but what is a big name, though? Like, do we want an old player big name, or do we want
you'd be going?
Do we want a Joseph
opposite.
Martinez that's going to make himself
Wouldn't that be
a big
nice?
name?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Like, that's what I want to know. What is a big name to everybody?
So let's pull the discussion back on hopes and dreams and save that for our next show when we talk about players to go, players to leave, hopes and dreams on what we get. Because I think that could be a really good discussion, and we could we could possibly have an hour and a half show just on that. Let's change topics a little bit. We got a couple more things before we wrap up this show. Can we talk about the beatdown, the epic beatdown that was USA Cuba?
Hey, and just everybody who's saying it was against Cuba, man, people
I'll take what we
people.
can get.
Yeah, I know. It's also a Greg Berhalter USA men's national team. All right, so let's not like separate ourselves that much from him. As bad as that sounds, I mean, USA needed that, and let's see, we made it to the playoffs. We keep
No, what I'm saying is we could have made it to the playoffs if we would have converted a couple more road wins.
Hey, I mean, is that what y'all are saying? A big name is
William Yarbrough? No.
See, because from what I'm seeing from everybody, what they consider. Dang it! I opened the wrong app. Dang it! I did it again. Damn it. A W is a W is a W.
Especially in a tournament that kind of matters. I guess
a win is a win is a yeah, exactly. I think we're all getting on separate topics here now. Yeah, exactly. I don't care if it's Cuba either. But for the fact of like Weston McKennie scored the fastest hat trick in U.S. soccer history.
I like Sly's comment, but I'm not going to read that on the air.
That's great. That's damn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, goalkeeper's not our biggest issue. Are we referring to the U.S. squad or the Dynamo?
Yeah, I don't know if we're switching to USA soccer
now,
guys.
I think Yarbrough, I don't know. Is he getting first team minutes? I don't remember if he is. No. Oh, okay. Sly's saying Willis and Yarbrough would be a good switch. But look, Yarbrough is already in Europe, correct? I mean, he's not going to come back here. He's not. As nice as it would be. The Dynamo aren't going to spend the money to get him either. But
He's actually in Mexico.
Oh.
He plays for.
Yeah.
Le Leon. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd still rather have him in Mexico than play here in MLS, to be honest with you.
It's as bad as that sounds, yeah. I mean, look, yes. Dang, you guys are on fire tonight, man. So my thing is with people saying it's against Cuba. It's frustrating to hear that because it's like, have you not seen like the crap that we've been dealing with USA Soccer? We got an MLS coach like Greg Berhalter.
He's going to be around for a while because of who his dad is.
Still not a fan of him, man.
No.
You're saying Yarbrough needs to go to the Dynamo. Okay, I would love that, but I mean, but what is a goalkeeper gonna do though? Like, I mean, that's awesome.
We'll keep that for our dreaming segment.
Yeah, he can save us and all that stuff, but we need a core team. We need a core team. There's a lot of other issues that I'm worried about than goalkeeper.
Oh God! Thank God Zardes didn't play. Zardes would have had the same amount of missed shots as we did goals.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Good.
He's trying to create the USA Columbus Crew soccer team.
So, in case you were unaware, we did beat Cuba 7-0. Goals from McKennie. Actually, let me rephrase that. A hat trick by McKennie.
In the first 13 minutes in. Yeah. Donkulous.
Jordan Morris doing his best. Look what I could do impression. Because the guy only shows up once in a while. But McKennie in the first minute, McKennie in the 5th minute, Morris in the 9th minute, McKennie again in the 13th minute. Own goal by Cuba in the 37th by Ramos. Excuse me. Josh Sargent in the 40th minute. Thank God.
Could have had a second, but
I need more Josh Sargent and his little ginger ass on my team. And Christian Pulisic converting the penalty in the 62nd minute, which is kind of like, ref, keep the whistle in your pocket at that point.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I mean, like he's like, nah, bro, I need a touchdown.
But even
point
McKinney with an assist on Jordan Morris's goal. Cannon with the assist in the 13th goal. Jordan Morris with the assist. 3 assists. He had the hat trick assist and a goal. Jordan Morris. Is this the Jordan Morris that we can see going forward, Josh?
No.
Or you think this is an anomaly?
I say he gets hurt like next game probably.
Oh,
again.
Ouch.
I'm sorry. I'm not wishing that on him. It just happens. No, I mean he's too hit or miss, man. When he's good, he's good. But again, as everybody else said, it's Cuba.
Yeah.
But Josh Sargent, he should have had 2, man. That's young. That's youth. That's youth just learning it right there. I'm excited for a couple of these young players. I hate that Tim Ream is like the man in our back line who's just like the veteran, kind of, sadly. Besides Guzan. Jackson Uliel getting the start in the midfield there. I'm sorry, man. I'm a Uliel fan. You know?
We missed this. Jorge's wife asked who is the player that looks like a skunk. That would be Zardes.
Yeah.
But Swishy says McKinney, Adams, Sargent should be in the lineup 100% of the time unless they're hurt. Yep. I 100% agree.
Yep.
100% agree.
Hey, and don't forget Tim Weah too, man. Granted he is hurt, but yeah, Tim Weah as well. When he gets back, I really want to see more of Tim Weah.
It sucks because these guys are young, and I don't know. I feel like we need more on defense, and I don't know if Trusty's going to be that guy going forward because he's not even getting first team minutes now with the Union. McKenzie's not getting first team minutes with the Union right now. So who's our youth defense? We don't have it. That's a problem.
I mean, but like when we're having to refer to Ream as our center back, like, I mean, I guess we ain't really got anybody else. So that's how piss poor it is for me right now.
Yeah,
sucks, man.
But that does lead us into tomorrow, which I'm actually super excited for. I'm gonna
yeah.
Oh,
Toy.
Shut up, Edson.
Yeah. Dynamo legend Austin Trust. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's Mason
yes.
Toy, man. You know, we definitely got to get. Oh, dude, I want to see some Mason Toy in this lineup.
Yeah, Sly's right. Jordan Mortis should have went to Germany. I don't know if maybe he just has abandonment issues of not being in the same country.
I don't even think it's that. I mean, he's got a lot of health issues, to be honest with you, because he has diabetes. Clearly, his fitness isn't there. I mean, there could be a lot of it. I don't know. If you love soccer,
I don't know if his fitness would have been a problem going to Germany, or especially Germany. But that does set up us for probably the biggest U.S.-Canada match that there ever has been, because Canada's actually been decent.
Charlie Davies. Yes, I know that, producer. Okay, well, I was making it funny. Thank you, Alphonso Davies. Jeez.
That was me. That was me taking the L last week, or last show.
Actually, I think we both took that L.
Did we? Yeah, we did.
I'll let you own it though.
Miles Robinson from LA. Jorge, stop. Julian Green. No,
man,
just stop.
Under, bro. Like,
stop.
That was just if Jurgen Klinsmann couldn't get to him, then nobody can. But we got Greg Berhalter though. Maybe he can.
But U.S. men's national team will be taking on Canada tomorrow night, 6:30, in what a lot of people are saying is a big clash in the Nations League. And I could see it. Canada's coming off 2 wins so far. Granted, they played Cuba too. And this will be our second. This will be their third in the Nations League. Still not 100% sure what this Nations League is, why it's a thing. Should just be Gold Cup. Gold Cup be expanded.
I have a confession to make. I thought it was just a friendly. I had no idea it was Nations League. That's how important this freaking tournament is.
It should just be. Jorge says sorry, but he's got Canada on this one, more of a competitive team. Producer, what was the final of the Mexico game? Threw on Mexico over Bermuda.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Jorge. I got the Goons over this theory. I got the goons over there.
I don't know. I do think Canada is a pretty strong team, stronger than they have been in a long
I think
while.
it's a big upset win though for them. I think.
Oh yeah.
Hey, and my bold prediction, Swishy, is that Tim Ream gives the goal up. Damn, Sly, 6-1, easy, bro.
Since we have soccer players crossing over and playing hockey now with Peter Cech, I say Sidney Crosby comes on the 75th minute to
Oh
score a
my
goal.
God! Stop it! Stop it! It's a win there, eh?
That's my bold prediction.
We actually came all the way down there from Toronto just to catch this game there.
The Canadian's good, Josh.
Oh, I bet you like that, you fucking goon.
But there's that.
5-1 Mexico won. I thought you were saying like 6-1, like the Leafs were gonna beat America. America. I was like, okay, I was expecting like maybe a 1-0 loss, 2-1 loss. I don't know.
What is your prediction for the game though? Your actual score line.
My actual score line, man. I'm gonna roll. Yeah. Dang. Yeah. I gotta go. Maybe a draw too. I might actually agree with Edson on that one, 2-2.
Yeah, I could see that, but I don't know. It's hard for me to pick up against the U.S. as easy as it is.
Hey, Swishy, if they put maple syrup on the goalkeeper glove, though, it could get sticky, and they won't give up a howler, though.
Truth. I'm gonna say 3-2 U.S. scores one late. 3-2. So.
Who's your late goal scorer?
Josh Sargent. Sargent in 85th minute.
Okay. All right.
I think he's making.
You don't think he gets subbed out that early though? For like someone like
no,
Kelsey
you know
Sargent
why?
Or something? I don't know.
Probably, but Berhalter needs to stop being an idiot. These guys need to play 90 minutes. They need to let them play against some decent competition and stop babying these guys. I mean, are you supposed to baby them going against Germany if we played a friendly against them? No. Guess what? They're playing 90 minutes. Your stars are going to play 90 minutes against that team. If I was the coach, you know, but that's just me.
So we got 2-2, 2-2. What did you say? 3-2, you right?
3-2. Yeah, 3-2.
We got 2-1, 3-2, 3-1, 3-1. I mean, it'd be nice to string a couple wins together, especially against a somewhat competitive team. But like, look, that's how bad USA Soccer's gotten that you have to like actually say that Canada's up there. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Canada, but I don't think they're World Cup contenders like going into the World Cup. Now they're not gonna win it. Don't trust me that. But they actually making the World Cup though. But that I can't say that we're gonna make the World Cup either. So you know.
All right, so let's close up the U.S. men's talk. 6:30 tomorrow night, ESPN FS1 or not FS, ESPN Unimas. Watch it. We did have two women's games this past week that we didn't cover. Both games against Cuba. One was a 1-1 draw, and the other one was a 2-0 win by the U.S. women's national team. Joe Ellis, yes, Korea. Joe Ellis coaching her final women's national team game. God, can she get hired for the men's spot, please?
Sorry, sir, that position's been filled.
Yes.
Sly says, if Canada won the World Cup, they'd apologize for winning. I am so on board with that, yes. Sorry
Sly
there,
for the win.
So sorry.
Takes us to the Dash news. I'm not even going to talk about where they're at in the standings. Season's over.
Wait, can I say, is it better than the Dynamo's positioning?
No, if anything, I think they're about the same.
Okay. All right,
second to the bottom, something like that. We lost to the Washington Spirit on the 25th. I don't think I was able, or we drew to the Washington Spirit. It was the final home game. And then we lost to the Utah Royals FC 2-1. So unfortunately, that closes out the season for the Dash. We'll have a Dash discussion at some point before the season starts. Talk about what this team needs to do to be a contender again.
Justin, why is Jill Ellis quitting?
She's not quitting. She's retiring. I think she is. I don't think she's quitting. If anything, I think she's still going to stay within the organization as an ambassador, scout, something, but she's not coaching anymore.
Can I say this?
Good.
Would anybody be mad if she actually went and coached the Houston Dynamo?
No, not at all.
I
Oh my
wouldn't.
God, that'd be amazing.
I wouldn't be mad. But I mean, really and truly, I mean, would she coach the men's side, or would she actually say, "I'm going to go coach the Dash"? I don't know.
I would give a blank check to her to coach the Dash, to be honest with you.
I'd give her a blank check to go coach the Dynamo.
If anything,
Or
though,
whatever.
I see her going to Europe to coach because they've got more money.
Of course.
So, in other news, we've got 2020 U.S. Open Cup qualifying going on, and our Katy Athletic FC did advance. We talked about it the last game. They beat Houston FC of the USL 2. Athletic Katy FC will take on Louisiana Crew FC in Lafayette, 8 p.m. October 19th. Was that this weekend? I would hope that the game is on ESPN Plus, but I don't think it is because it's the qualifying rounds. But a good website to follow, thecup.us. Anything that you want to know about the U.S. Open Cup, the history, anything, go check it out. Subscribe to them. They have an email list too. It's thoroughly in depth. They even got a shout out from U.S. Soccer about their history that they cover about the Open Cup. Anything else you got real quick, Josh? I'm just gonna run through the schedule for the playoff games this weekend.
I'm hoping for a pretty good playoff scenario.
I think fireworks. That's all I gotta say.
Man, I hate to say it. I wanted to see LA Galaxy and LAFC, but it's looking like LA Galaxy's got to go and play against Minnesota, and I feel bad for LA Galaxy right now. I think Minnesota is a very, very, very good shot at making everybody pretty upset in this. I mean, not upset. I wouldn't be upset if Minnesota went.
Well, you got about another 5-10 minutes. I mean, we could run through these real quick, give some predictions.
Yeah. I mean, let's go through it. I mean,
all right. First one, Atlanta United FC and New England Revolution. That's Saturday, 12 o'clock. I know who I'm going with.
yeah.
I mean, it's in LA. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that.
It's in Atlanta, LA.
That's what I meant. Atlanta. You can't beat that atmosphere.
Yeah, close enough, right?
Joseph Martinez will probably most likely be back for that game. So I say congrats to New England Revolution for turning their season around, getting into the playoffs, but your season ends here. I think Atlanta handles them 5-1.
I actually disagree with you. I'm going to say New England actually goes in there and sucker punches Atlanta, scoring the opening goal, and then Atlanta ties it up, and it goes to extra time, and New England wins it in extra time 2-1.
Ooh, bold.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
2:30
Charlie Davies.
Charlie Davies. 2:30 Saturday, Seattle Sounders FC Dallas. I'll let you take the reins on this one first.
I say Seattle creams the shit out of FC Frisco.
Is that your heart speaking or your head?
Both.
What's your score line?
7-0. I might put them on the same level with Cuba. I don't care. Let's go.
I think Dallas finds a way to piss everybody off, but they don't win this game. Seattle wins 2-1.
Yeah, actually, no. Serious projection. I say Seattle wins 3-2.
5 o'clock Saturday, Toronto FC and DC United. I think DC, even though Toronto's been the hottest team in the last 2 months of the season in the East, I think that DC finds a way to go to Toronto and win this game. Maybe extra time, maybe PKs. If not, extra time, DC wins 2-1.
Disagree. I think Toronto FC wins this one 3-1, and that is the end of Wayne Rooney's MLS career.
I'm liking how we're contrasting on this right now.
I know, a little bit.
Jorge says New England has the best coach in American football and now the best coach ever in MLS. Same owner. Except Robert Kraft doesn't give two shits about his MLS team. Unfortunately. 9:00 Saturday, Real Salt Lake, Portland Timbers. Josh, you take this one.
I'm gonna go ahead and say Real Salt Lake is gonna get them, dude. Portland Timbers going down Brian Fernandez for the entire playoff. I think that's just big, huge. Unless they can get a hidden gem, and that would get them throughout playoffs. But I wouldn't be putting my money on Portland at all.
So
I think that actually takes a mental focus off of Portland. Personally, they just lost their star player, besides Diego Valeri, of course. But they just lost their star striker they just got.
Yeah. So Jorge says TFC all the way. I'm kind of along the same lines as you. I think RSL with the bounce back they had, and the tribulations they've had this year as well. They're hosting Portland. I think Diego Valeri is going to be in his own head, and he is going to be gone. I don't think he's going to be in this game. I think Salt Lake wins 3-1.
What are you drinking, Justin?
Oh, me? Actually, it's last year's pumpkin ale. I actually aged a whole case a year. It's last year's Dogfish pumpkin ale. I figured we're in October. It's kind of fall-y-ish outside, and I got to support my local beer, Dogfish Head, from back home. So, got to.
There you go. Derek, go to the next game. This next game has got you written all over it.
Yeah. Sunday.
Bandwagon. We don't like no bandwagons in here, Megan. Get out of here.
Wrong podcast. God. October 20th, Sunday, 2:00. Union Red Bulls. I think the Union will advance to their second ever round of the playoffs. I think it will be a knockdown, drag-out game. I think it goes deep into extra time. I say 2-1 Union.
I am actually going to disagree with you. Not that I'm not saying your team's going to win. Not going to win. I actually said they're going to cream the Red Bulls. I'm going to say 4-0.
The only reason why I don't say that is because we came back. Because you don't
want to jinx them? I know.
No. Okay. We came back and ruined them in the last home game they played in New York, or played in Philly. They were up. We came back late in the game. Ilsinho scores in the dying minutes of the game to put them over. I think that it's going to be tight because of that. So
I wouldn't put my money on the Red Bulls in this game, man. I think that the Union's got some energy there. I watched you guys play. That Atlanta game was actually pretty damn entertaining. I think they beat the shit out of the Red Bulls and just end it.
God, I would love nothing more than that. I mean, to destroy a rival like that at home.
Yes, Swishy, I am going with 4-0, okay? Get off my case. Go open another can of whiskey. Another bottle of whiskey.
Brutus, I'm doing a podcast. I can't play fetch with you right now.
All right, let's move on.
Last game of the weekend, 7:30, Minnesota United FC, LA Galaxy. All you.
I'm going to go Minnesota. Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
I agree.
Someone asked earlier who I think is going to go to the Cup. I think Minnesota is going to go through.
Really?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I know it's a bold statement. I mean, like, look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. Whatever.
So I'm following your pick. I don't know if I say your score line. Minnesota's going in with 2 wins, 2 draws, 1 loss.
I didn't give you my score line, but whatever.
I thought you did.
No, I just said they're going to win. Yeah.
I was. What is your score line?
2-1.
2-1. Maybe. Let me think about it. LA 3 wins, 2 losses in their last 6. I'm gonna say 2-1. Minnesota. I think they hold. No, you know what? No. I'm gonna go 3-2. Zlatan scores at least 1. But I do think Minnesota can walk away with that game.
I I also do want to change mine to 3-2. I just want to say that Zlatan scores one regular goal, and then he also gets a BS penalty kick, and they have to VAR that, and it's completely obviously wrong, but the refs just don't see it because.
Why do I
MLS.
actually 100% agree with you? Because it's probably going to happen.
Darwin Quintero with the winning goal, according to
Yep.
Jorge.
So
Minnesota, don't you know?
how about we think about this? Next Monday we don't do a full show, but we just recap the playoffs and set up for the midweek games. 30-minute show, 20-minute show, something like that.
Yeah, do some more score predictions and stuff.
Yeah. It's fun. But I think that's gonna do it for us. Josh, you got anything?
Yeah, I'm it, man. I'm good.
All right, guys.
I
Thank
got
you.
Apex Legends calling my name right now. So
Thank you for tuning in, Jorge, Alex, Sergio, Megan. You don't count. You tuned in at the end. Who else? Sly. Who I know I'm missing other people that
you're
tuned in
missing
today.
Swishy there.
Swish it, yes. Thank you. Like this video, share this video. Ow, that hurt. Like this video, share this video, everything. I should have it podcasted up later tomorrow, and also upload the video to Facebook as well. But I think that's gonna do it for us. Thanks,
Peel out,
guys. The peel out
Peace
forever
out.
orange.
Let's go. It's Rockets time coming up soon. Woo.
Yep. Later.